Hello, everybody. I'm not an asshole, so I'm gonna pick this one. Cause, yeah, I feel really bad if I didn't. I still feel bad for making her run away yesterday, so I better say something. Hey there, Hanako. So, I forgot her voice. Hisao? Well, at least she remembers my name. Hey, I just wanted to apologize for yesterday. I didn't mean to startle you or anything. I'm just new here and I thought I should get to know my classmates. As Hanako looks up at me, I notice her scarring once more. At least she's smiling a little bit. It's a little bewildering that you can barely notice it from across the room, but it's so noticeable from close up. That's okay. It was my fault. Now, that wasn't anyone's fault. It just kind of happened, you know, like 9/11. So are you waiting for someone? I saw you looking at the door before. Yes, Lily. Oh, you mean Lily, the blind girl? Hanako only nods in response, and I can't help but wonder if finding people through their disability is a faux pas of the worst kind, or just normal here. Well, you already did it. I guess that explains why Lily took off after her yesterday. No way! I can't believe that. That's just ridiculous. She seems like a nice girl. Are you two friends? Yes. As if hoping for Lily to appear, she checks over her shoulder again. I think I'm making her nervous again. God damn. I hope I'm not disturbing you right now. No, that's not it. It's just easier if Lily doesn't come here. Oh, because it's hard to get around the classroom? Not really. Hanako's gaze drifts past my shoulder and towards Shizune. Shizune? Hanako nods again. What about her? Don't they get along? Hanako shakes her head. Clearly, this is something she doesn't want to talk about. It does make a strange sort of sense, Shizune and Lily not getting along so well. It makes sense. What is that supposed to mean? Communication between the two would be all but impossible. It's hard enough talking to Shizune through Misha, even when you can see whose hands are talking. Hanako is so focused on Shizune that I am the first to notice Lily at the door. Oh, she's here now. Hanako spins around to confirm this. Upon seeing Lily, she moves quickly to the door. Ah! No way! Lily. Ah, Hanako. Good morning. Is the president here? Yes. Hanako glances over her shoulder at Shizune again as if to confirm she can't hear them, even though that's impossible. I suppose we'd best be off then. Lily's sigh and tone of what seems like frustration makes me raise an eyebrow. I guess there's some kind of enmity between the two. Raising that eyebrow, huh? Wink, wink. It's intriguing, but that's not really something I'd ask about. I'm sure if they wanted me to know, then they would tell me. It's only my third day here. I should be trying to make friends, not finding out why people are enemies. Still, it's a little funny to find out that the school has little feuds, just like my old high school. Well, I mean, it's still school. Any school you go to is going to have some sort of problem. That's just the way it is. You can't have school without people trying to beat the shit out of each other. Even if people are more tolerant of others, they're still going to get on each other's nerves. They're going to gank each other very hard. Hey, Lily. How are things? I'm sorry I made you run off yesterday. Oh my, is that Hisao? I didn't realize you were here. Well, shit. Thanks for bringing me down, Lily. Seems that Lily is a little embarrassed about being so frank in front of me. Sorry, Lily. I thought you realized. No, it's alright, Hanako. Hisao, please don't worry about yesterday. It was just a misunderstanding. If you say so, I'm still working this place out. Fuck. Well then, I think you'll find most people here a lot more forgiving than elsewhere. If you're feeling a little confused, please don't be afraid to ask questions. Sure. I'll remember that. Lily? Lily gives a small nod of acknowledgement. I'm sorry, Hisao, but we must be off. Hanako really doesn't look all that comfortable here right now, and Lily still seems a little embarrassed. I wonder if apologies really made any impact. Mind if I accompany you two? I know I'm kind of pushing it, but Lily hums quietly, still smiling. I'm sure that we could accommodate you, can't we, Hanako? She looks at Lily, then at me, and then she freezes wide-eyed. Sure. Well then, shall we go? I'm sure Lily wouldn't do this so easily if she saw how scared Hanako looks, but it can't be helped now. Declining after the deal is sealed would only cause confusion and problems. Just never mind. Just I got some things to do at home, like try and sell this ugly ass painting that's on the wall here. So we leave all three together. Lily walks beside the wall, letting her cane gently tap against it every now and then. Hanako comes along right beside her, so close that she is practically half hugging her as they go. Although it must make her walking that much harder, Lily takes it in stride. As we turn around the corner of the hallway, something hits me in the chest with the force of a steam train. Hanako shrieks a little and my vision briefly goes black. Ouch! That fucking hurt! Opening my eyes, I see a pair of saucer-like green eyes looking up at me. Great! Another chick! They belong to the perpetrator, a short girl who bumped into me and has now fallen down onto the hallway floor. She wears a PE uniform and a very worried frown. The former strikes me as a rather strange thing to have on during a lunch break. More striking than that, though, is that she doesn't have legs. Why is that really such a problem? Or she does, but they're not flesh and bone. Her pale and very much flesh and bone thighs end in shins and feet made of some black metallic or plastic-like material. They look disturbingly artificial and unnatural. It almost makes me forget that my chest is hurting. That's kind of creepy. The girl winces a little, rubs her nose, and jumps up. Aw, man! Hey, are you alright? I'm sorry about that, really! I wasn't looking where I was going. You just came out of nowhere. Sorry! She's looking really apologetic in the hurt puppy way of looking apologetic. I quickly forget about being angry or anything since hurt puppies are my weak spot. God damn it. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Oh, my fucking heart. I think I'm gonna die. I say that, but there's a stinging pain growing in my chest, and I know that this is about the biggest possible danger for my condition. Don't overexert yourself. Don't forget your medication. Most of all, don't get hit in the chest. I failed. Someone help me. I try to rub my solar plexus to chase the pain away, holding my breath in an attempt to hear my heartbeat. Just that he knows what a solar plexus is a lot more knowledgeable than I am about chests. So it's kind of weird. Oh God, please save me from this suffering. It seems normal, alright. Hey, should I get a nurse? The worried, high-pitched voice of the girl snaps me out of it. I stare at her for a few seconds dumbfounded until I realize that I probably looked worse off than I really was. Doubled over myself and looking all tense. Damn, I'm overly worried about my heart. No need. I'm fine. I'm completely fine. Managing to say something in response, I pull myself upright, feeling my sore ribs one last time and take a deep breath. She just knocked the wind out of me big time, but it's nothing more than that. You sure you're okay? I hit you pretty hard. It's okay. I said I was fine. Nothing is broken. No harm done. That's good. So, what happened? She's not quite up to speed for obvious reasons, but she sounds very worried. More than what the situation deserves, really. Someone just bumped into me. Nothing serious. Just winded. Sorry, it's my fault. I was just going to get some stuff and I was in kind of a hurry. That someone here is Emmy, isn't it? The little girl coughs quietly and shuffles her plastic or metallic feet, looking down at them before saying anything. Hi, Lily, Hanako. I guess the girls know each other. Who doesn't? Right? Am I right? Do please try to be more careful. You might be sturdy enough to endure these sorts of accidents, but there are people who aren't. The girl blushes and starts to fidget nervously like a little child caught misbehaving. It's so cute, I find myself smiling. And you know that, I was just... I gotta go. Teacher held my head. I promised to help with printouts, but I went running instead. Sorry, but I gotta change and everything. Before any of us can say a thing, Emmy has already bolted away, leaving the hallway eerily quiet. Does that kind of thing happen often around here? I hope not. I just can't take anymore. There are more rules in Yamaku than usual for running in corridors, but that rarely stops Emmy, it seems. She shakes her head weakly and offers a slight composed smile. I don't think there's anything we could do to stop her, I'm afraid. Shall we be off then? Lily heads off along the hallway and Hanako hurries after her. The route to the room that the two of us use for tea is fairly simple to retrace, being still fresh in my mind from yesterday. Lily and Hanako quickly go about the business of making lunch. Before I can even open my small bag of food, Lily's busying herself with her thermos and tea bags as Hanako is setting out both their lunch boxes. So, is this what you meant by coming here almost every day? Yes, Hanako and I usually have lunch here. It suits both of us, so we ended up using this room regularly. After seeing Hanako's reactions to me over the past couple of days, I can understand why that is a boon. That and Lily being able to get some quiet away from her class as well. I take my seat last after Lily's poured the tea for us and sits down. The more times I spend with these two girls, the more I think they're a perfect foil to Misha and Shizune. Even without a voice, Shizune is direct and brash, and Misha seems to get along with everyone. On the other hand, Lily is soft-spoken and relaxed, while Hanako seems to be the shyest girl I've ever met. So, how are you faring in Yamaku, Hisao? You seemed a bit flustered before. Apart from getting lost every now and again and being crash-tackled outside my classroom. Fine, I guess. You looked pretty hurt before. Are you really okay? For a brief moment, I considered telling Hanako and Lily about my condition, but then I held it back. Well, I assume that they have to think there's something wrong with you if you're even here. So, why not just say? I can't tell why, but for some reason I feel uncomfortable talking about these two relative strangers, even if they have been pretty friendly. But everyone else, you already know everyone else's disability here. What's wrong with them knowing yours? It's ridiculous, Hisao. You just need to get over it. Yeah, it's nothing. I was just a bit startled. Judging from the two girls' expression, I don't think that they're buying it. But in what I assume is their way of respecting my privacy, they don't press the matter. I guess that is one of the unwritten rules around here. Don't ask, even if people's conditions are obvious, like Hanako's. There's still bound to be a story involved. Everyone has things that they don't feel comfortable speaking about, and I think everyone here recognizes that. So, how long have you been in this school? You both seem to know your way around pretty well. Well, I've been here since the start of high school, but only moved into the dormitories a year ago. Hanako joined at the start of high school as well, and moved to the dormitories when she did, if memory serves me right. That's right. Since high school. So you've known each other since then? Since I moved, yes. Hanako lives next door to me, so it's only natural, right? Right. Yeah, of course. Of course. Living next to someone is probably reason enough to befriend them. Oh, I'm guessing that Lily's blindness played a part in it as well. I can't imagine Hanako easily making friends with someone who has to deliberately avoid looking at her scars. That's awful. That's really bad to think like that. Wow. No faith in humanity. With the immediate conversation dried up, we start to eat our lunch. It isn't long before the bells are signaling the end of the break. Like me, the girls pack up their lunches as efficiently and they set them out. I guess I'd better be off. Are you going to go with Hisao, Hanako? Hanako looks up at me for a second. I can see that she is considering skipping class. Maybe just to avoid walking to the classroom with me. Jeez. Yes. I don't know what to think of it. Hanako really is delicate to the point of breaking if looked at in the wrong way. It makes me a bit nervous too, but I push the feeling aside, trying to be as natural as I can. We should hurry then. Class has already started by the sound of it. Lily gives a nod of farewell as she bends down to take a can. Hanako and I filing out before her. We walk quickly down the empty halls to our respective classes. That stupid painting! As we reach the door to Lily's 3-2 classroom, she turns towards me. Hisao, thank you for sharing lunch with us today. My pleasure, Lily. Don't talk to me. And with that, we part ways. Lily entering her classroom and leaving Hanako and me to make off to our own. She's still looking like she wants to run away. Do not run away. So, do you really want to go back to class now? That's, like, weird to ask a girl, I think. That's, like, kind of implying that we should just get away together. Not a good impression. Yes. Okay, then. Well, that's... What a terrible conversation. I feel like I should say something more to her, but it's hard to come up with anything that would be appropriate and safe enough. And Lily was right. The more time you spend out here, the more explaining we have to do. I open the rear door to class and walk in. So, I don't know. I mean, I guess in a way it's smart not to have a conversation because you don't know what really offends her. But still, it's kind of being fake though. Like you don't really want to make her think that you're someone completely different than you really are. You should at least try to be yourself a little bit more rather than just not say anything at all, right? I can understand where he's coming from though. The teacher looks up at me and opens his mouth to say something. However, as Hanako follows me in and closes the door, he simply nods to us and continues his lecture. This is the third time that Hanako has had her truancy practically ignored. There's definitely something going on here. They just don't give a shit because they feel like they would be horrible people if they called her out on it. We make our way to our seats, and I notice that Misha and Suzune are both missing as well. I wonder if it is some form of informal agreement with the staff, or if it's a perk afforded to the unique students of this school. It's kind of awful in a way, because, like, what are the rules even for if everyone's just gonna do whatever the fuck they want anyway, right? I'm trying to make as little disturbance as I can. I extract the relevant textbooks from my bag and start catching up. The class goes on quietly. The teacher seems like an okay person despite the weird first impression I got, and the material is relatively interesting. However, the way he teaches is really bizarre. It's as if he expects that everyone is a natural genius. Well, they should be. All their other senses fail, so they have to make it up somehow. This song, though. When the final bell sounds, I realize that there is still a lot of time left in the day, and I'm left wondering what to do. It's odd. At the hospital, I had 24 hours a day of free time, but here filling the considerably shorter hours feels difficult. Everyone else leaves, and I'm left alone with the teacher. Mateo is examining the assignment sheets we were working on earlier and marking them with a red ball pen. Raising his eyes from his papers briefly, he noticed me and furrows his brow. "What is it, Nakai?" I remember his voice. It's Batman. That's easy. I jump at him addressing me, but I guess it's natural to spark some conversation since there's nobody else around. Nothing. Think about what I do after school. The teacher slowly puts the cap on the pen he is holding and arranges his papers into a stack, clacking it against the desk twice. He seems very methodical, and for a brief moment I'm reminded of Shizune, but the teacher is more unhurried and relaxed, much more routine. "You have no plans?" That sounds more or less Batman. "You have no plans?" "No, I consider joining a club, but don't know what kind of club would interest me." "Go observe a meeting of someone else's club. Might pique your interest." I guess. But I don't know how to continue from there. Mateo looks at me in a way that makes me quickly want to take the words back to avoid a conversation, but I can't, so I have to forge ahead. I just don't know how to deal with people. I mean, the other students. I'm talking to people and everything, so it's not that I'd be isolating or anything. I just don't know what to think about the disabilities. It's like, it feels that I'm being impolite if I pay attention to them, and it's weird to ignore them. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. 'Cause I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. The teacher scratches his cheek absentmindedly, looking very unresponsive. "These things are only an issue if you make them one. You can talk normally with someone even if they are blind or something. Try to look beyond the superficial. There's not a single student here who isn't just a normal kid behind whatever they might seem at first glance." He says the same thing as Yuko did. I know they're right, but it's hard. How can you not consider, for example, Shizune's deafness when the only way to communicate with her is to talk through Misha? Or Anako, it's not like you can ignore her face, but... I'm interrupted by the door of the classroom suddenly slamming open. "Teacher!" Misha crashes in and hands straight and enthusiastic greeting, her voice loud and lively enough to wake the dead from their graves. Jesus. She starts towards the teacher's desk with her bouncing step, hands energetically swinging with the rhythm. Mateo, visibly dismayed at the interruption, and Misha in general, slumps in his chair. "Mikado!" Misha stops in her tracks and looks around cluelessly as she's sensing from his tone that something's wrong but has no idea what. "Yes?" "We have
talked about volume control before.
Yes! But she doesn't lower her voice at all, and the teacher just rubs his eyes.
So, what is it?
We need help! We're running out of supplies for the festival stand! This is a distress! She wears a pink slip of paper she's holding around.
So, go get more supplies from the art room. What's the problem with that?
Plywood! Plywood is always the problem. Last time we wanted more, there was only a little, but that time we just took it all and went with that. Now there's like none left out there, and so, where's there is some?
I don't understand. How would I know?
Chan, I mean, the president thought that a teacher would know if there is a plywood. Was she wrong? Mattel looks like he is in great pain, frowning with this entire essence, and Misha doesn't get it at all. Looking at the two of them communicate is terrible. Like looking at a man being tortured by drilling his skull open while blasting pop music at full volume at the same time. Oh, God, that just made me depressed. Made me incredibly depressed.
I'm afraid I have no idea if there's any plywood in the school, let alone where it would be if there was any.
Aw, what should I do?
Perhaps try to find Mr. Inomiya. I'm quite sure you would know where to find everything you need. You'd have to pry them from his cold, dead hands, but that's a different matter.
I don't have time. We're so busy. She holds her head with both of her hands, looking as despairing as it's possible for a person like her. Without even noticing, she crumples the note she's holding against her hair. I shouldn't even be fetching these things. There's so much to do, and we are falling behind the schedule. Falling, that's what we're doing. We're falling behind the schedule. Mattel looks at her gravely and then suddenly smiles. Smiling doesn't really fit his face. I think it'd be better if he didn't. Well, that's also depressing.
I wonder if you could get some temporary help.
He switches to staring at me focusedly with a hard expression as if trying to say, go make some friends. I don't want to, teacher. She's so loud and her voice is annoying. I guess I can give you a hand. Save me. You can? Thanks, Chan. You're really nice. She pauses, does a double take, and then points at me with her finger, yelping and looking very puzzled. Come to think of it, what's Chan doing here? Class is over. You should be having fun.
We just had a little chat.
Oh no, it's not detention, is it? Are you in trouble, Chan? No, I'm not. Is Chan in trouble, teacher?
No, he's not.
Matao sighs deeply, and I feel that I have to help Misha get. And I feel that I have to help Misha get to her. Oh my gosh, I can't read. I feel that I have to help Misha to get her off the teacher's back. So what do you need? Here's a list. I can try to find the plywood from somewhere if there's none in the art room. She offers me the note she's holding. I take it, hesitating a bit. I said I'd help you, but that has no implications on whether I'm joining the council or not. Aww. Still, thanks, Chan. Try to be quick. We are in a stall building street now. We must hurry. She bounces out of the classroom, leaving me and the teacher looking at each other with something that feels like a silent agreement.
Well, there you have it, Nakai. You have something to do now.
Please don't sound so smug. Looking at the list with the number of items ranging from paint to plywood, all written with small, neat handwriting that is undoubtedly Shizune's, I heave a sigh. I'll be going then. Waving the long list limply at the teacher, I exit the hallway. The classrooms closest to ours are designated belonging to classes 3-1 and 3-2 on the right side and 3-4 on the left side, each door looking exactly the same. Further down the corridor, still with identical doors, are rooms that I didn't think were used for classes. I guess the art room is not a classroom as such. I carefully push open the furthest door and peek in. It's a classroom, but it seems rather badly kept or not in use. Am I in the right place?